Hello and welcome. I am Meli, one of your LUNA Astrology Ambassadors, and I am going to show you today in this video how to generate a custom ephemeris. An ephemeris is a reference tool that astrologers use to track planetary motion and transits. It is useful for studying astrology from a historical perspective and timing future transits with precision. LUNA's custom ephemeris feature allows you to build a timeline that includes a wide variety of chart points. So let's get into it. If you are on desktop, you'll see the word ephemeris up here in the top middle, and you'll click there. If you are on mobile, you will tap on the 3 vertical dots in the top right corner to access it from the drop-down menu. All right, now you'll find 3 tabs at the top, and you want to click on the 3rd one, which is Ephemeris Generator. Once we're here, there are some key settings we want to make sure are set up correctly before we generate the ephemeris. So first and foremost, at the top here, you'll see that it defaults to use standard UTC time. If you click on that dropdown, you could change it to localize the ephemeris results to a location, and it's automatically going to do so for whatever is listed here, which is whatever's in your settings. I'm going to keep it on UTC time. So now we want to set up the time frame for when we want the ephemeris to show us, which specific dates. So a way that I use this very often is what's going on over the next couple of months or even just the month ahead. Let's just go to the end of the year. So it's 11/16, and over here on the right, I'll pop over to December 31st. I'm going to have it set to increments of 1 day, and that means it's going to show me just the planetary location on each specific day. But as you can see here, you can also change this to minutes, hours, weeks, months, and years. Down here, you'll select your chart points. So which planets do you want? I typically keep my Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all of our normal and Chiron included here. So you check whichever ones you want. We're going to scroll down and you'll see ecliptic coordinates. Longitude is what is most commonly used by most astrologers, so we've got that default checked. You can also add equatorial coordinates should you wish, and data format is automatically zodiacal notation. Decimal notation allows for some additional features that are helpful when it comes to spreadsheets. So here we go. Now we're going to click Generate Ephemeris at the bottom. And voila, there she is. Beautiful. So now we say, okay, well, I'm really curious what Mercury is up to, or I see that Mercury is retrograde right now until, well, when it turns from red to black, I see that that is the day, 11/30, November 30th, when it stations direct. And then I can go down to the end of the year and I might get curious about other retrogrades or whatever else is going on. However, let's use this opportunity to get particularly curious about when Mercury actually stations direct on 11/30. So I'm going to head back top left here. I'm going to go back. Something cool about this is when you go back that way, it's going to keep your settings exactly as they were. So all you need to do is make the adjustments that you want to make for whatever it is that you want to change. So now that I know that that's happening on the 30th, I'm going to change my end date to the 30th of November. And I really just want to know exactly when. So I'm going to change this to be, you know what, actually, before I do that, there is a limit of how many notations the software can handle. So for example, actually, if I do this way, it'll still be fine. So I'm going to go to the 29th of November as my start date and the 30th as my end date. And I'm going to change days to minutes. And I'm going to come down here and generate, and it's going to tell me your selection requires 18,720 calculations, but the limit is 10,000. Please reduce the timeline by shortening the duration or incrementing by larger steps. Well, we know that all we really want to know is about Mercury, right? So I'm going to uncheck all these other boxes so that all we're looking at is Mercury. Scroll down, generate, and voila again. So now we can scroll down here until the moment that that red retrograde color turns black, and we'll know the exact minute. And there it is. Whoop. 11:29 at 17:39, 5:39 UTC is when Mercury stations direct. And the final step that you may want to do is save this for future purposes or easy access, in which case you would click on download up here in the top left. And it will save wherever you'd like it to as a CSV, which can seamlessly be opened in Google Sheets or Excel. And remember, Luna's full mobile and tablet compatibility means your ephemeris is in your pocket wherever you go. If you have any questions or thoughts to share, please drop them in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please share with a friend, follow, like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.